Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me, you can hear me. If not, please send your feedback in the chat. I will fix possible issues. I'm happy to see you here in this stream. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dmitriy Lavrov. I am a professional trader and the founder of Tradunity, the project which makes trading more simple and stable. Today, I would like to talk with you about crypto markets and about Bitcoin because we face with rather interesting event during the previous week. Bitcoin broke important level, important resistance level at 10,000, and it's time to discuss it. What should we expect and how we can just use this information for possible for possible trading opportunities. As usually, I suggest you put all your question in chat, and if you are interested in any markets where you would like to get a quick market overview, also please write in the chat. I will reply your questions. Also, I need to tell you that first of all, here I share with you my personal vision. You shouldn't use it like a financial advice. Don't forget to make your own research. And trading in any markets, it is risky, so be careful. Another thing, today we have today and probably tomorrow we still have a promotion with the best offer in the market, where you can get free access for 3 months to all our premium products and services just for free. For this, you need to visit the special page tradunity.com/beta. The link you can find below this post and take part. After that, this offer won't be available anymore. And if you didn't join, it's time to do this because the offer is really very interesting, and we have more than 100 clients and members join this who use this offer. So they use our newest robot, and a lot of people are in profit. So why not to join? I want to say also that so to my mind, I announced everything I was going to announce. And there are questions in the chat. So from Jean, are you shorting or going long at this point? If you mean Bitcoin and crypto at all, my position is the same. I didn't short crypto, and I don't short crypto in any situation, because from my point of view, crypto market, it is new market, and the potential for upward movement is much stronger than for falling. Yes, you can tell me that 1 year ago shorting could be very profitable, but it was, let's say, several opportunities which you can use. But look at another market movements when correction and downward movements were not so strong. And if you opened short position in that time, first of all, you had very short space, very small space for getting profit. And if you did something wrong, such trading could give you a lot of troubles. Time by time, I got messages from audience, from followers, where they share their experience with shorting. And believe me, I have really a lot of numbers of messages where I lose a lot of money because I lost a lot of money because I tried to short crypto, and so time by time there are such messages. The reason are if you don't have a lot of time for watching for the markets all the time, if you don't have skills, if you don't know how to manage your capital properly, if you don't know how to control your risk, you should forget about shorting, because even if you make mistakes opening long position in any bullish market, you have good chances to exit from such wrong trades even with profit. But if you make a mistake with position which are against the main trend, and if you don't use the right money management, you have the perfect chances to blow up your account without any problems. I would like to start from let's talk about Bitcoin first of all, and after that and after that I'm trying to read the chat also. Sorry for delay. Let's start from Bitcoin and just think about possible opportunities. It will be interesting for me also to read your ideas about possible Bitcoin movements, and we can discuss it. So let's start from Bitcoin, and after that we will move to the markets which are interested for you. Let's start from if you took part in the previous webinar, I just shared with you the idea that it would be very interesting to watch for the price action and at 10,000 level. Let's say 10,000 level. It is a really important level for the market, especially for Bitcoin. I just want to say that for Bitcoin, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 and 1 million levels, they will be very important, and it doesn't matter how the price will act at this zone, because these zones are strong, round number levels, very important psychological levels. So anyway, you must pay attention to these levels, and just the previous price action at these important levels can give you just additional confirmation that the market can see these levels, and you need to think about what to do if the price reach this level, and will it be breakout or reversal. Let's look at 10,000. As you can see now, it just looks like the market just didn't see this level and moved higher, because you can see a strong bullish candle. Here it is, with a good breakout. The next candle also is bullish, and the market, so based on this setup, we have the situation where we can say, okay, the market broke 10,000 level easily and move higher. So it looks like 10,000, it's not a level, it's not a resistance level, and the market didn't see. But if we look at the past performance at this level, we will see following, and I will explain you why it is important to just compare the past performance at this zone with the current one. So we need to just make it clear that the level is really strong, and it is important even now. 2017 November, maybe you remember this time. The market was crazy at that time. It was super hype, and probably in all news you could hear about Bitcoin, new heights, new market, new potential, new financial system, and blah blah blah, something like this. Price broke 5,000, made a new high at 8,000, and moved higher and higher. And in that time, we also could think about possible reversal from 10,000, because 10,000 it is a strong level. But what we got? We got the bullish candle with shape like doji. As I explained in previous streams, what is a doji candle? It's a candle where open price and close price at the same levels. Just can be a little different, so it can be exactly at the same level. The message from this candle is also very simple. The market needs some rest, break, to make a pause and something like this, because when we have open and close price at the same level, it means that the market doesn't have power to move higher or low, and probably the previous uptrend movement can be stopped. It can be reversal signal, but in some cases it can be also like a period. This candle can show you the period of consolidation, just some sideways movements and continuation of the previous movement. So in this case, the market was stopped at 10,000. We got close price below this level. So at this candle, we could say that the market is going to bounce, and we have reasons for this. Just if we look only on indicators and signals from technical analysis, this situation at 10,000 could tell us about possible correction movement, like we should expect just this week. But we got one day at 10,000, the second day at 10,000, and the third day here is gave us just another picture that fundamental support for this market was really strong. Bulls had strength to break this level, and because of super hype, the market could break this level and move higher, and let's say it was stopped at 17,000 level. So what we should note? We should know that the market saw this level in the first time. It was the November of 2017. So for the market, this level, the market could break this level, but it was stopped and hold for 2 days. After that, we got new historical highs, and the correction was started. It was just a simple correction movement to the previous strong uptrend. And the second time, 10,000 acted as a support level. So this level didn't allow the price to drop lower. It was a good support zone. It formed a good support zone with combination of a simple moving average with 100 period. Price bounced. Price gave us, here it is, the reversal candlestick pattern. So, and after that we could think about the continuation of the bullish trend. But the price, because of negative fundamental factors, market dropped, reached this 10,000 level as a new support one more time. It bounced several times, like here, 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 and broke it. So again, the market saw this level 10,000, and for the market it was important in that time. several times. One time it acted like a resistance level, and after correction movement, this level hold the market 3 times and acted as a support level. When the price broke this, hold on. When the price broke this this support level, we could get just another reversal signal from simple moving average with 200 period, and it was just the last chance for bulls to continue the previous uptrend. But again, because of different fundamental factors, bulls couldn't develop the uptrend, and the market continued the falling, and as you know, we reached 3000 level. But before it, the market just also bounced from 10,000 one more time, just another time. In these cases, in that time, again, 10,000 level acted like a resistance level and like a support level. So again, market saw this level many times in the past. You can see that after reaching 7,000, we got the situation when the market just tried to start a new uptrend, but failed. And again, the price was stopped by 10,000 level here. We got bearish divergence and price bounced, and after that we saw 6,000 level, and after that we saw 3,000 level. So in the what is really important, 10,000 is now and was in the past strong resistance and support level. So when during the previous webinar we talk about possible level which can stop and reverse the uptrend, the uptrend movement, it was logical to think about 10,000 because of the past performance and because 10,000 is strong round number level. So we should expect the reversal from this zone. But the market broke it easily and moved higher. For me, it's not a surprise because sometimes any markets can do such things which sometimes looks like not so logical. And I also explained you that if you opened a long position from, let's say, 4,000 and something like this, 5,000, 6,000, based on many buy signals, one day you will need to fix profit, because without fixing profit you don't have profit, right? And from this point of view, from this idea, 10,000 level looked like the perfect one for fixing profit. It doesn't matter you opened your trades for medium term or for long run, 10,000 level could be used like a level for fixing a part of profit. So if someone decides to fix profit, it means traders start selling. If traders start selling, the upward movement can't move higher. It should be stopped and reverse, only because traders start fixing the profit and selling the previous and closing their previous long position. In this case, it looks like nobody wants to close a long position, but it looks like this. I am not sure that it will be really like this. At the same time, we need to understand that the previous week gave us just some additional fundamental news which can be a good support for the market and for bulls. These news are about Facebook and their coin. This news is about BACT, and as far as I remember, I just read it in news that bugged. They are going to start testing their platform. To my mind, 22 of July, something like this, in the nearest future. And also, don't forget about Fidelity with their platform and opportunities to start trading with Bitcoin. So we have positive fundamental news which can support the market, and this breakout could be like the reaction of traders for that news. But again, in order to fix profit, in order to have profit, you need to fix profit. Where people will fix profit, where big players will fix profit. Any ideas? Please write in the chat. For me, 10,000 can be like still the same important level where smart players, smart traders, big players will close. Will close their profit, will fix at least the part of their profit. This breakout can be a fake breakout, really. So the market can just show us maybe now what we have. We have strong bullish candle, one. We have without tails where the high price is at the same level with the close price. So it means this bullish candle tells us about the strength of buyers. The next candle is just the next candle has another shape, and this candle tells us about that. Yes, still it is bullish, but you see the high tail where the market reached the high. But the close price was just closed at the middle of the candle. This candle should provide us a signal that, okay, bulls were successful in reaching new highs, local highs, but they couldn't hold that level, and the close price of the day was just at the middle of the price range for that day. It is a signal telling us that bulls are not so strong as one day ago, or probably sellers become more active, and that's why we have they could push the price from highs, and we got such shape of candle with the close price at the middle of the range. This candle starts giving us that situation in the market is going to be changed, and sellers can become more active. If so, we should be ready to see a possible just reversal. The third candle just come from the previous idea that sellers become more active, buyers are not so strong as before, and this third candle after breakout tells us about just it confirms that yes, the size of candle is less, price moved higher to the previous high level, but again it couldn't stay there, and sellers push the price lower. This candle can be called like a reversal one, and it tells us about that again the situation is changing, and buyers and sellers, buyers are not so strong, and sellers become more and more active, and they become stronger. Today we have another type of candle which confirms the previous idea that bulls are not so active and bears are more active. We need to look at the close price, and if we get the close price not far from the open price of this candle, it will be, yes, Mikhail, we use the daily time frame. So based on the daily time frame, we are going to get a candle, a doji candle, which tells us about the market need a pause, and buyers can't push the market higher, and it can be a reversal setup, or it can be a setup where we will see sideways movement. But anyway, based on these candles, I don't want to expect the continuation of the uptrend. So that's why, from my opinion, the breakout above 10,000 can be a fake breakout, and the price can easily reverse and drop below it. Sorry for this not beautiful line. I also want to tell you just one more thing. So again, it looks like everyone thinks about crypto and Bitcoin. If you look on TradingView, there are so many amazing posts about continuation of the upward movement, possible correction, and stuff like this. So everyone talk about crypto and Bitcoin, and you can just see and think about it like about a new hype. What should we expect from such hype? As usually, smart traders make money. Novice traders who don't want to spend their time for getting knowledge, greedy traders, traders who don't know how to trade in trend market conditions. This group of traders, they lose money. If someone bought a big volume of Bitcoin, this player, it can be a group of players, a group of big traders, a group of big, I don't know, companies, it doesn't matter. Anyway, for fixing profit, they need to sell. In order to sell, you need to have someone who are ready to buy. Buying here based on this breakout, it is really the style of novice traders and unexperienced traders. So a lot of people saw the breakout and okay, crypto to the moon, blah blah blah. They start buying more and more and more and push the price higher. At the same time, providing big players a good volume for closing and fixing their profit. So you buy Bitcoin and big player sell you this Bitcoin, fixing profit at the same time. So mainly in such situation, when just a group of novice traders, unexperienced traders, greedy traders, when they start just dreaming about new highs, when they start dreaming about good profit, they just create enough volume for closing position for big players. They help big players to close their long position to fix profit. And markets, mainly in such times, they are reversed and start moving in other direction. At the same time, for example, it's okay if you open based on breakouts above 10,000 level. It's absolutely okay if you are a really long-term trader with targets at 100 or maybe 50,000 level. So for you, probably this retracement means nothing. If you have plan, if you know that during any trend movement, markets provide also correction movements, and just for smart traders, markets give another opportunities to open position in the direction of the main trend based on corrections in trend structure. But if you know nothing about it, for you just this correction movement and the reversal and starting falling, it can be like a signal that market is going to reverse. What to do? People also like to trade without any plan. They start also exiting from such position and push the price lower because they also start selling, some of them. So I won't be surprised if after this breakout we will see the falling. It can be short-term falling, or it can be sideways movement, because it will be the period when 10,000 level will be used like a good zone for fixing profit because of just good fundamental support. There is a good number of buyers for this market, and you can easily exit from your long position. So for us, it will be also important again how the price will act at 10,000. But I wanted to uh, watch for the price action at 10,000 level during the previous stream as at resistance level, but now we will need to watch for the price action at 10,000 level as a support level again. As you see, I showed you based on the past, the market saw this level, and sometimes it was like a resistance level, sometimes it was like a support level. In our case now, we should look at 10,000 like a resistance level, because it can be we can face with the situation when the market just corrects this upward movement to 11,200. It dropped to 10,000 and continue the sideways movement because of let's say it's not a good idea, and a lot of smart traders and big players, they understand that the market has potential to move higher because of fundamental reasons, because of new opportunities. It is new market still, it is small market, and it has potential to move higher and higher. So there are no reasons to exit from all your long position or just to start shorting, because it is really very risky. And in the long run, it is there are no any logic for this. So that's why it can be like selling can push the market to the sideways movement, and 10,000 level will act like a support. If so, if the market continues the sideways movement, and if the market can't break it, like we saw the situation, just closely the same situation, when here we where we could expect the reversal from 8,000 level and just fall into 6,000, 7,000 zone, but the market couldn't do this, and we saw how the downward movements were stopped, bounced from support levels, support lines, and the market continued the uptrend movement. The closed the same setup if we can see here in this zone. So it will be if we see the situation when sellers can't move price lower 10,000 level, so it will be a really good signal that probably the price won't drop below 10,000. And if so, in such market conditions, it will be good to think about opening long position based on price reversals from 10,000. We can use lower time frames like 4-hour, 6-hour charts for searching possible entry levels and buy signals. So if price stays above 10,000, it will be a reason to think about buying with targets. I will show you a little bit later possible targets for medium-term movement, and as for long-term movement, buying from 10,000 level, it will be good with targets at 20,000 at the previous historical high. Because if we talk about the breakout above 10,000 level, it means the market has everything for reaching the previous highs. So the profit target at 20,000 will be logical from this point of view. Another variant, if price can't stay above 10,000, in this case we should see and expect the possible fall into first level will be 9,000, because here it acted like the resistance level, and if price drops below 10,000, it will act like the support level. So it's simple. Also, this zone can be supported. It will depend how much time the market will need for breaking 10,000 level, reaching 9,000 level. Because if this blue line, it is a simple moving average with a 50 period. It is good and reliable trend line, support line. If this line will reach 9,000 level or will be not far from it, 9,000 level and simple moving average 50, they will form a new support zone where the price can bounce and continue the uptrend movement. So think about such reversal like a signal for opening long position, again with profit targets at in other levels. I will tell you them possible targets for medium term trading. And again, this zone will be good for buying in the long run too. If the price, let's say, breaks this level too, we will see the fall into the next support zone, and the next support zone, it will be, I would like to say, it will be at simple moving average with 100 period. It is yellow line. Here it is, and I think we should talk about the zone between 8,000 and 7,000. So this zone, because when the price, if the price reach this simple moving average will reach this zone, and here it will be also another opportunity for the market to bounce and continue the upward movement. So I would like also to think about buying from this zone between 8,000 7,000 based on a reversal signal. This buying can be used for medium term with target at 10,000, the first target, and of course it can be used for the long term buying. I don't believe that the market can break simple moving average with 100 period and move lower to the 6,000, to the 5,000. So there are no reasons for such movement, and I should say even simple moving average with 100 period looks rather unrealistic target for the market, because of strong fundamental support, strong potential, hype, and so on. So I think it will be like in 2017, when any correction movements were reversed very quickly and the market continued the upward movement, making new highs. So I think it will be the same. You can see that these periods of, well, let's say, correction movements, 1, 2, 3 days, and the continuation of the uptrend. Several days, the continuation of the uptrends. Yes, here we have, let's say, 2 weeks, but still, the market tried and couldn't move lower. It gave us a strong bullish signal, and the market made new local high. So again, for us it will be very important to look at the price action at 10,000, which will act like a support zone, and if the price stays above it, it will be first signal for buying. Falling to 9,000 zone, it will be the second possible signal for buying, and the zone between 8,000 7,000 will be good if for buying too, if the price reach this zone, and it will be a good correction movement. It will be very good for market. It will be very good for making the uptrend stable without just making the situation when the market is overbought. So deep correction will be good for all, but it looks like the hype is still strong, and it can't push price lower. So if we look at the lower time frame, let's say 4 hours, we can see just one more bearish signal. It is based on a bearish divergence. You can see the market formed two highs, where the second high is a little bit higher than the previous one, but RSI forms two highs where the second one is lower than the previous one. The same goes about MACD histogram, which also provides us a bearish divergence, and MACD lines start supporting the downward movement. So MACD lines give us a bearish signal. So based on the lower time frame, like 4-hour chart, we have a trend reversal signal, and probably, yes, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we will have the correction movement based on this time frame. But for this, the price will need to break this uptrend line, and it will be a signal confirming the movement to the second trend line. So and here we have the price, the zone formed by the local uptrend line, 10,000 level, where the price action will be very important for us. If the price breaks this zone, welcome to 9,000 level. If not, probably sideways movement and possible interesting good reversal signals based on 4-hour time frames, which can be your workable time frame. As for the goals for the upward movement, so let's imagine price bounces from 9,000 from 10,000 level, and where we should expect. Anyway, we should expect the reversal, because there are no markets which can move only in one direction. We saw a good upward movement. If we look at the, let's say, if we look at the monthly chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, we have bullish, and we start thinking about a month at least where we get a bearish candle. So it will be our correction movement, because look at the past performance, where you can see how, I don't know how to zoom it, just that you could see. Let's see from, if you can see these small candles from June 2015. We have bullish month, the second bullish month, and bearish month, correction movement. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish months, correction month, bearish month. We have bullish month, bearish month. We have 1, 2, 3 bullish months, 2 correction months. After that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish months, and 1 correction month, not so strong, but at least it was like a signal telling us about some kind of break, and anyway, the market stopped moving upward. The same goes about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, bullish months, and deep correction, and this candle, bearish candle at September of 2017, it was a correction month. After that, we got super huge 3 months, and it was a correction movement at all to all this uptrend. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, bullish months, and the question is, where is the correction month? It's Paul, it doesn't matter logs chart or another type of chart, because we need just only charts. Default chart, it's okay. Don't try to use settings in order to find confirmation for your idea, because if we have really a real signal, it will be it will be visible everywhere. It doesn't matter what type of chart you use, what type of tools you use, how you draw your lines, levels, and so on. We need reliable signals, the signals which you can see without any problems. And from this point of view, if I change the scale, we don't have another picture. The main idea is market made good upward movement during 5 months, and we are not far from a correction month where you will see a bearish month, probably like this. And from my point of view, 10,000 level is a really interesting level for such correction. But you can see the market broke it, and there is a question for us. Is it a fake breakout, or it is just a real breakout and the market move higher? If the market moves higher without correction now, anyway, the market must be corrected. Where is this strong another resistance level? If it's not 10,000. And again, we need to look at the past performance at this zone, and we see following. We see that the nearest resistance level, the nearest one, based on the daily chart, and for us it is good time frame for searching possible reversal levels and zones. It is, let's say, it is the round number 12,000 level. It's not so cool if we talk about round number levels. 10,000 looks much more interesting, but still, we can see that the market reached this level in the past. In this case, we can see the real reversal from this zone. In this case, we also can see that the price bounced from this zone, 12,000. In this case, we can say that the market didn't reach it, and probably we have just a resistance zone with borders something like let's say 11,070, 11,700 and 12,000. So it is a new resistance zone which can stop the market if 10,000 will act like a support and the market continues the upward movement. If so, you should look at this zone not far from 12,000, because you can see here, based on the past performance, this zone could stop the market several times and push it down when 10,000 level didn't work well in that case. So the same we should expect in this time. If the price continues the upward movement without correction and breaks this resistance zone too, it will be a really very funny market without any logic, without any solid and reliable signals, and it will be really funny situation. But I think this zone will be, let's say, really the last chance for the market not to become really overbought too much, and the price will be able to bounce, correct the previous movement, and continue the uptrend like it should be. And probably, again, if we talk about fixing profit, this zone is also very interesting, because we can see this zone. It is the resistance zone, solid resistance zone, and why not to fix profit if not at this zone? So here is just possible market movements, and again, if you skipped previous opportunities and didn't open a long position based on the buy signals from lower levels, like starting from 4,000 up to 6,000, where we had really cool and interesting buy opportunities. Now, what should you do? If you follow FOMO, for you, of course, it's just something like an opportunity to catch the uptrend, because if not now, so when? And what if the market continues the uptrend and you stay away? What should you do? I can advise you just to follow the rules of proper trading. The rules of proper trading means if you skipped a signal, you shouldn't try to catch the market. You shouldn't try to catch the fast train if you just if you missed opportunity to catch it in time. The same goes about trend market movements. If you didn't open any position before, it's time to do nothing, because the market is overbought. The market is overbought based on higher time frames. You can see it based on monthly time frame, and I showed you possible correction months after that. If so, if you open now, you have really good opportunities to get troubles. If you want to just make as much profit as possible, and if you use leverage, buying here is just the perfect case for losing all money, because your probably capital won't be able to face with the possible deep correction movement with the leverage. If not, if let's say you don't use leverage, if you just invest in Bitcoin like in the market for the long run, if you can wait for 1, 2, 3 years, probably buying based on the current prices, it can be possible. As I explained before, if you have targets, let's say at 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, buying here, why not? But again, it's better to invest your capital properly. Buying here, just using all your money, it's not a good idea at all, because the market can be corrected, and we know about it. And the best, let's say, how you should trade in trend market conditions. The proper way is you wait for correction movement and buy based on a reversal signal. When correction movement is over, you buy based on the reversal signals in the direction of the main trend. So it is the most simple, the most profitable, and it is just the proper way of trading in trend market conditions. The most simple. Now we need correction. If you don't see correction, it means it will be, and it's just the question of time. So if you invest now and you will see the correction movement, so probably you won't have money to buy based on lower levels, and it will be like a situation when you won't be able to get profit, which you should get. So you should think about it. You must be very careful before just opening any position. And as we can see, as I can see based on my experience working with different traders, as we can see based on our experience as a project Tradunity, a lot of traders, especially novice traders, they open trades without plan. They know nothing. What should they do if the market will, if market moves against their position? What should they do if market will continue movement in their direction? They open positions, trades without any plan. It is great mistake. You must plan your trades before opening any position, and only after just having your plan, when you understand all possible risk, when you know what to do if market moves in your direction, if market moves against your direction, only after that you should open trades. So think about it. What should you do with the current prices? Are you ready to buy in the long run and stay just with long position if the market will continue falling to 7,000 level? It will be possible. Or will it be okay for you? Or you would like to wait for a correction movement and just open based on reversal signals like it should be done? Just share in comments. What do you think? So here is my vision for Bitcoin market, and as Bitcoin is the main market for the whole crypto, so other markets will, I think, they will follow Bitcoin. So first of all, if you want to trade other markets, don't forget to look at Bitcoin firstly. So now it's time for your question, and the first question about shorting in crypto, I replied. The second question was from Protected Void. Would be good to take a look at Ripple, and I guess maybe from another member. I also had the question about Ripple. And let's look at the Ripple market. Again, if we look at Ripple and as any other markets, we should use the daily time frame mainly. If we are not investors focusing on the long run, the daily time frame is okay for us. So based on the daily time frame, I can say that we have something like, we can say it is like a triangle, a possible triangle, where the market moved in the borders of this possible triangle. But 2 days ago, 3 days ago, we got the breakout. This chart pattern. If we talk about triangles, these chart patterns can be like continuation patterns and like reversal patterns. If the price, like in this case, breaks the line in the direction of the previous trend, so this pattern becomes the continuation pattern. If the breakout is against the previous price market movement, we have a reversal chart pattern. In this case, the price, we got the upward movement, the market moved in range, let's say like this, formed the triangle chart pattern, and breakout confirm us that we have potential to move higher. This breakout gave us a buy signal, a possible buy signal if we talk about trading based on chart patterns. But at the same time, as we know that crypto markets are very correlated with Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin Bitcoin can't just continue their uptrend, probably, and start falling or moving sideways, other crypto markets can follow the same movements and show us sideways movements too, or maybe downward movements. In this case, after strong breakout, price moved back to the upper line of the triangle chart pattern. At the same time, we have the zone which we can use like the support one. It's rather difficult to say exactly what is the level, but just if we link this, if we use the previous highs of candles, and if we use just several of them, we can create the zone which will be like support zone for us in this case, and the price action in this zone will provide us just better ideas about further market movements. I want to say that this zone, important zone for the market, it is between 0.46 and 0.48, just based on the previous highs of the candles, because you can see there are just movements around these zones, and it's rather difficult to just to find exactly one level, so it's better to talk about zones. And in this case, this price movement can be discussed like, in our case, we have an attempt to break this resistance zone. The price tried to move above the upper border of the resistance zone. The buyers couldn't develop the upward movement, and the price just dropped to the bottom level of the zone. It is 0.6046, and the price action in this zone, how the market will move here, it will give us just some ideas about possible market movements, and we can also add this uptrend line based on this this swing low and this one. So it will act like support line if the price, if the market moves back inside of the triangle pattern. This line will be also supported by this blue line. It is simple moving average with 50 period, which acts like a trend line. If price can't stay above 0.646, you should be ready to see the fall into probably 0.42, 0.40, where the price reversal again will provide buying opportunity. If the market continues falling, you will need to focus your attention on the price action at this support line of the triangle chart pattern, which also will be supported, I think, simple moving average with 100 period will be able to reach this zone, so something like this in some time. Because we don't know how much time the market will need for reaching this zone. That's why we can just only predict possible position of simple moving averages. And if simple moving average with 100 period will be not far from this support line of the triangle chart pattern, the reversal from this zone also will be really very interesting for buying and the continuation the upward movement. If we talk about this market, just the main idea, the market looks bullish in the long run, and it is not far from the previous lows, so the previous bottom, which is the previous bottom can be between 0.30 and 0.25 levels. If you look at the chart, the previous high at $3, so the market is not far from the bottom, and it has huge potential for and huge space for moving upward. If Bitcoin continues the upward movement to the historical high, why not Ripple can do the same? And if so, this market looks really interesting because it is still not far from bottom and can provide interesting trading opportunities. But only if the market just confirms that it has demand for this coin. So if we look about long-term investing for Ripple, it is buying, and only if price drops below this, let's say, this support line of the triangle chart pattern, and break, let's say, simple moving average with a 100 period, it will be just a signal telling us about possible correction movement to the previous level set, let's say, at 0.30. But now it's not time to think like this. So if you have I remember one of our members had a question about this market, and the entry level was at 0.49. So if you bought based on this breakout, big green candle, my congratulations. First of all, you bought not far from the local high. You have long position. So what should you do? First of all, it will depend on your if you just bought based on this breakout, and if you don't have plan, let me just provide you possible plans for further trading. If you open this trade based on the breakout signal, if you are a long-term investor, probably, and if you didn't invest too much of your capital, don't forget about diversification when it's better to invest part of your capital in the market, in every market, but not all in one market. So if you just invested maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 50% of this of your capital to this for this market, you can stay and do nothing, because the market can continue the upward movement and you will be able to make profit. For you, the most important signals will be at this level. If the price breaks this, if the price drops below 0.40 and this uptrend line, probably it will be better to think about closing your position, maybe to close in the part of your position, and searching for better entry levels based on new buy signals, and maybe it will be better to exit from your from your long position at all, because if you buy based on this breakout, it means you have a plan. We have the triangle chart pattern. The price broke it. The market confirmed the continuation of the uptrend. If the price moves back in the borders of the triangle, it means your previous plan doesn't work. If your plan doesn't work, why you need to stay with the long position? Probably it can be a reason to close your position if price drops below 0.46 and moves back to the inside the triangle. It's also possible to close a part of your position just in order to cut down your risk, or to exit from your whole position at all and search for another buy signals. But again, these buy signals will be the perfect buy signal will be from this zone inside of from the support zone, from the support line of the triangle chart pattern, which also will be supported by a strong trend line simple moving average with 100 period. If you short-term trader, if you wanted to catch this breakout and make some profit, if you don't want to invest too much, and if you don't want to spend too much time for this market, for you the falling below this uptrend line of the triangle chart pattern will be a signal to exit from your trades, because your plan, your idea just to catch the movement based on the chart pattern, again, doesn't work. If it doesn't work, why you need to stay with your long position? You close it and search for new buy opportunities. So only if you are a long-term investor, if you can invest for a long time, if you can hold this position, probably you can stay it without any changes and just relax and do nothing. It depends on you. Market looks interesting in the long run, but how it will be able to just fulfill the potential, it's just another question. Another question from the chat was about real Bitcoin SV, not fake BTC coin, which pump with fake USD coins. From Shamonia Hrushkenstein. I sometimes I saw such comments about real Bitcoins, real Bitcoin SV and not real Bitcoin and fake Bitcoin like we have now and where we trade. I still don't understand this position, and I still don't understand the position where we just try to use something which can prove that real Bitcoin is not real Bitcoin. We have another real Bitcoin. The same situation was with Bitcoin Cash, if you remember, where the real Bitcoin should become Bitcoin Cash. But time shows us who was right and who was wrong. We have, it's my position. We have real Bitcoin, and this Bitcoin is has price 10,965 now. We have futures for this Bitcoin, and it's useless to talk about Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, and other variation of Bitcoin. So there is only one, and it's not Bitcoin SV. From Fahim, can you tell us about Neo USD market? Let's talk about Neo USD market, and if you don't mind, we'll use Bittrex prices for this. Again, the market is in the bull trend, in the uptrend, bullish trend. Good zones for buying were based on reversals, breakouts from this zone. If you didn't do this, in other zones were here. It was about 11, 10, 9 levels, between 12, 11 levels, and so on. If you didn't catch that movement, it means now buying again, it doesn't look really interesting, because the market looks overbought. It has potential for falling, for correct the movement. You can buy only if you are long-term investor. Only if you are a long-term investor, you can think about opening position in markets which are overbought, and probably for you, and with really proper money management. When you start building your position, just investing time by time. If market starts correction, so you just add more and more volume based on the better prices. It can be, if you really feel yourself uncomfortable staying away from the market, which moves upward without you, probably only in such way it's possible to invest small part of your capital based on the current level, only if you are going to hold this coin for a long time. But again, it won't be it will be possible, but it won't be a good idea, because if again we need to talk about the same. If you skipped opportunities, if you skipped 1, 2, 3 buy opportunities, but there are other opportunities below, you need to stay away from the market and wait for correction in order to get such correction movement like it was in the past. Buy based on reversal, and buy just the market which is not overbought. Here it's better to do nothing and wait for correction, because correction can be here we have the situation, strong bullish candle. We have it can be like again the zone where markets reached, we can say it is 90 level, it can be 18 level, it can be like a resistance zone. So price reached this zone, and it is going to, it can reverse from this zone, it can bounce from this zone, and buying below the resistance zone, it's not a good idea at all. So you need to watch for the price action at this zone. Probably the price will bounce, will retrace to 15 level, because 50 level, it was important in the past. Here it is. Here it is. We have 15 level. Probably you can't see it exactly, but here it is, 15 level. Price bounced from it several times, and the market see this level. So if you expect the retracement from 9018 level, the first zone for possible buying will be about 15. If price bounce from it and provide you confirm the reversal signal, why not to buy? If the price drops below it, the next buying zone should be based on simple moving average 50, simple moving average 100. So these two support lines will be good like they acted in the past, in the nearest past, for providing buy opportunities. Again, based on the reversal signals, you can use these reversals for buying and just buying in how it should be done. I don't believe that the price will be able to reach this green line. It is the main support. It is the main trend line based on the previous highs and lows. So I think the market will be stopped and reversed in the uptrend direction based on the higher level. So think about such possible market movement and the buying starting from 15 up to 12 levels. But not now. From Piotr. Bitcoin USD weekly RSI bearish divergence. Yes, you're right. We go back to 3000 area. I am not sure. I really don't think so. Because Piotr, why you think the market will be able to reach 3000 area? It is just the market must have reasons. What the reasons we should expect for reaching 3000 levels? I think it should be something like European Union is going to ban crypto and using crypto, or United States. Yes, something like this. It can be like a signal telling us about probably a new winter in crypto. But do you believe in such things? And knowing that United States were official companies, legal companies of just United States, Fidelity, it is a really strong brokers company, is going to start providing crypto trading for their clients, backed, also represented by solid companies, is going to provide the opportunities to trade crypto. So it looks like we don't have such strong negative news for Bitcoin, which can push price lower. The market reached 10,000, and even if it was a manipulated movement, I don't believe in it, but let's say if it was a manipulated movement, I don't believe that the price will be able to drop below even 6,000 level or 5,000 level. It will be really very strange behavior for the market after such bullish structure which we got during these months. But 3,000, come on, it looks like impossible. Protected void, you agree, and why not? Just don't forget to provide arguments why you think so, why it's possible to reach without any reasons, or maybe you have another reasons, maybe you know something interesting too. But my position is very simple. Without good and solid fundamental news, the market couldn't start the bullish trend, and without strong negative news, fundamental news, the market won't be able to stop this uptrend and start new bearish trend, because reaching 3000 level, it will mean we will need to start a new bearish trend, and there are no reasons for this. Did you already read the book Jesse Alive from More Boy Plunger from Peter? No, Peter, I didn't read this book. I have a list of other books, and if this book is interesting, I will add. But I have no ideas when I read it because the list is really huge. From Maxi, could you please take a look at Neo BSV? We talk about Neo. As for BSV, for me it's market I have no ideas at all. Do you mean it is for stock from stock markets, right? BSV or crypto? BSV. Oh, sorry, no, not stock. Let's look at this market based on Bitfinex prices and using USD. It doesn't look so interesting as the Neo. First of all, the main reason is it is new market. It is not far from based on this chart and based on this crypto exchange, I can say only that it is not far from the previous historical highs. It means that it has great potential for falling, bouncing from this zone. If Bitcoin starts falling and character movement, this market will be really pressed too. Also, when we talk about new markets, it's better to focus on fundamental news and fundamental analysis because the market is new. We don't have good historical data for just getting better ideas how the market performed at this level, at that level. We can't use just technical indicators because of lack of data. And this type of markets, we saw this just, let's say, huge upward movement from 60 to 240. I can tell you that probably this upward movement was based only on fundamental factors and nothing more, because the market is small. It can be manipulated. It can be supported by fundamental news, and maybe the project is also strong behind this coin. But technical analysis will provide you not so reliable information for such new markets. When we talk about Bitcoin, when we talk about altcoins, just top altcoins, we know how these markets moved, and we can use a wide range of indicators, technical tools, and compare the past performance with the current performance. Here we can tell just only that the price is not far from the previous highs, and it looks really overbought. If we talk about, for example, Ripple, and you just think about opening long position in the overbought market, Ripple has status. You can see the space for possible upward movements, how the market can fulfill the potential which it has. When we talk about this market, we have nothing to compare. So from this point of view, market is really very risky, and technical analysis it's not for this market. I advise you to just, if you want to invest in this market, first of all, think about the reasons why the market will continue the upward movement, fundamental reasons why, and only after that you can think about buying. But buying, it should be done based on after correction movement. Probably the correction will be up to 100 level, 120 level, because we can use this swing high for drawing the support line, this high, so it will be something like zone between 100 120 zone possible for buying, but not now. For me, this market is not interesting at all. Just if we talk about possible opportunities to invest, it looks really very overbought and very risky. About now from Paul, can you comment on the pennant forming on the 1 hour chart, please? It's not a perfect pennant, but it seems like a consolidation phase to open a short-term trade. Paul, do you mean Bitcoin and 1 hour time frame? I guess yes, because I talked about Bitcoin at the time. If I'm not right, please write the market which you mean. If we talk about Bitcoin, I should say we don't have pennant, the pennant based on 1 hour time frame, and the reason is, I try to find you a good example. If you mean this structure, this price movement, it is too big for the pennant, and here we should talk about triangle, because what is the pennant? It's just the price movement, several movements just in consolidation with highs, maybe with one high, two lows, and something like this. So it's not, it should be not long, but here we have some upward movement and consolidation with some period, so it is the triangle. In some cases, yes, it's rather difficult to say it is triangle or it is pennant, because for triangle we have not so many swing and highs for drawing, but for pennant we have just bigger structure than it should be. But in this case, I definitely should tell you that we have triangle chart pattern, and as I told you before, we need to wait for breakout in order to get confirmation. We have a continuation chart pattern or reversal one. And for getting such signals, we need to wait for breakouts. So breakout here below the support line will tell us about, will provide us a bearish signal, and it will come from the falling. The breakout above the resistance line will provide us bullish signal, and probably it will be the signal with target at 11,700 or 12,000 level. If we talk just about this market, so I would like to tell you, think about this 1 hour time frame and price movements based on the triangle chart pattern, and wait for the breakout, and it will tell you the price movement for the short term. Yes, absolutely right. Is this 1 day chart? Yes, I replied it. But let's look at the, so I can't read your nickname, sorry, but could you please take a look at bet. Let's look at bet. Coinbases. Is it okay for you? I hope yes. And if so, if we talk about bets, if we talk about this market based on a daily time frame, well, looks interesting if you think about investing in this market. But also, just we can say the market moves in the borders of triangle. If you want to get confirmation what type of triangle we have, continuation or one or a reversal one, you need to wait for a breakout. If price breaks below this, my narrows is so amazing. If the price breaks below the support line of the triangle, you need to expect the continuation of falling. But if you want to buy, you need to get the breakout above the resistance line of the triangle. You will get just additional signal confirming the continuation of the uptrend, and we have the bullish trend. Now the price is at the support zone formed by the uptrend line and simple moving average with 100 period, which is strong support line, trend line. Buying here will be risky because don't forget about Bitcoin. If Bitcoin falls, I guess all other markets will fall. In this case, it will be risky to buy only based on the reversal from the support zone. But waiting for a possible breakout will give you just one more extra signal telling about possible upward movement. But again, all crypto markets, all shitcoins, all such type of markets are very risky if compare them with Bitcoin and with top altcoins. Don't forget that shitcoins, small, they are small markets. If they are small, they can be manipulated anytime. If we talk about manipulated markets, you should forget about just reliable signals. You should trade in these markets just taking into consideration that market can move in any direction anytime without any logic. So just diversification, invest in small part of capital in such type of market can be just a possible solution. But again, if you think about investing all your money in such shitty coins, I should say I'm not a fan of such idea. So, but you can do everything you want. Don't forget. I can just advise you to use really strong and proper money management and invest just maybe a little part of your capital, maybe 5%, maybe less, maybe a little bit more in such risky markets. But of course, not focus. Of course, it's better to focus on Bitcoin and top altcoins. From Paul, you think I'm scared of BTC going too high too fast? Believe me, I don't care. I'm not scared, really. I don't care. The reason is why I don't like such strong upward movement. The reason is I will show you. Here we have the same strong upward movement without any logic, without good. It looks like it is from Nasdaq weekly time frame. Look, here is Nasdaq market. It was and it is. It has been moving upwards in the bullish trend since. It depends which tools you use for just starting counting that you have the uptrend. But let's say from 2009. Okay, let's say when price broke this downtrend line, we can think about the bullish trend. From September of 2009, Nasdaq market has been moving upward in the bullish trend. Look at this movement. It's not super cool, it's not super huge like Bitcoin, but it was stable. And during 11, no, 10, during 10 years, the market provided fantastic, amazing opportunities to join to this trend and make tons of money just following the main direction. I would like to see such type of trends for Bitcoin, because if we get such type of trend, it will be stable, it will be logical. In this case, I told you about, let's say, the market, any financial instrument, any financial asset has two prices. Real prices, value, true value, I don't know how to call it properly, and market price. Market price mainly is far from, it moves above and below the true value. If we have such trend like in Nasdaq, the true value of this financial instrument grows step by step. So all movements are logical. We have the upwards impulse, we have correction impulse wave, and grow, and this market moves upward in stable trend. When we talk about, I just look at the structure of this movement, and you will see, yes, there were periods of just movement without correction, but mainly the direction was logical. Upward movement, correction, upward movement, correction, upward movement, correction, correction, upward movement, correction. Here was the upward movement with correction, and so on. The market moved in the uptrend, and it was predictable, logical, and stable, and cool. If you look at and you could just rely on these signals, you could rely on these buy opportunities, and it was really so amazing. It was supported by fundamental news. It was cool. If we talk about Bitcoin, what is this? What is this? Do you like it? Very unpredictable, unstable, and unlogical upward movement starting probably. Bitcoin became crazy, I think, when the price broke 5,000 level, and we saw this really unpredictable, maybe manipulated, maybe the movement based on super hype. I told you, I remember that time everywhere everyone talk about Bitcoin. So millions of people invested in Bitcoin, but they invested not here. They invested here, 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 and the most professional novice traders invested here. After that, so they created overbought market, and probably the true value of Bitcoin at that time was something like this. So at this level, and the market became really overbought, and all overbought markets, they moved back to the true value, the real value, and we saw the falling, and this falling was really strong and long for the period, and I guess it gave a lot of troubles for crypto projects, different types of crypto projects. If you want to have the same, of course, we can push the price. Let's pump Bitcoin to 1,100 levels, and during the next several years we will see the winter in crypto. No problem. But really, I don't care. So about from Mikhail, could you provide name of the bottom indicator with momentum and trend lines, please? Bottom indicator. What do you mean about bottom indicator? Mainly, if we talk about indicators, you can use trend following indicators and oscillators. Trend following indicators show you the trend direction and possible entry zones like simple moving averages, exponential moving averages, weighted moving averages, where you can get signals from these lines. And as for indicators showing bottom, I guess you mean oscillators, which can tell you about the market is overbought or oversold, and if it is oversold, it is a possible bottom. Is in such cases you use just stochastic or RSI, and they can provide you reliable interesting signals telling you about possible reversals and confirm these reversals, and telling you about the status for the market, overbought or oversold. And combination of oscillators and trend following indicators, it can provide you a trading strategy, reliable trend following trading strategy, where you can use, let's say, it can be not only moving averages like trend following indicators. There is Ichimoku, it is trend following indicator. So with lines which are based on moving average too. The idea is very simple. You use trend following indicators. The simple solution is moving averages with different periods, and use RSI and stochastic for confirmation price reversals from these moving averages. That's simple. And your signal will become stronger. Yes, the example. Simple moving average with 200 periods. The price reached and bounced from it. It is a really good signal, just telling us about the continuation of the uptrend. If we talk about simple moving average 200, like the main line telling you about the direction of trend. The price is above, so we have the bullish trend. But for getting this signal more reliable, you could add the signals from RSI, where price was moved out from the oversold zone and confirm the reversal. And you could use these two indicators for confirmation that the market is oversold. Market is going to bounce from the trend line, and you open a long position in the direction of the main trend in the best period of time when the market is oversold. So I hope you mean this, because I have no ideas about bottom indicators. I just didn't see this term before. Mikhail, it is MACD. MACD, yes, it is a good indicator for just telling you, just for confirmation, the momentum. Yes, that you have the momentum movement. But you also can see the same just using indicators, trend following indicators, like moving averages. Because if MACD, what is MACD? It is the calculation based on also moving averages. You can use just original moving averages for getting close to the same information from the chart. If these lines with different periods, I mean moving averages, moves upward and the price is above, you have the momentum, the upward momentum. If they moves downward and the price is below, you have the downward momentum. If we talk about MACD lines, if we talk about MACD histogram, as far as I remember, it's just a little bit another calculation, but also using moving averages, but the bars are calculated in another way, in more complicated way. About MACD, we talked about it from Maxi. From Protected Void about thanks for having the same opinion about divergence. if protected void in the academy, we let's say we have academy maybe 15% of the whole idea how it should look, how it should be done. We are limited in our sources. We don't have a big team for creating all stuff just hop and prepare all stuff together. So we need to work step by step. And now we have in our academy, we have fundamental analysis, psychological, not fundamental, sorry, money management course, trading, psychological trading course, chart reading course based on the unique method. I'm trying to make the crypto course. We have what else? We have just the part of technical analysis course, and it will be increased in the future, but not in 1 month. I think it will be during the following months. We will be able to add more and more courses, and the part of them will be about fundamental analysis. But fundamental analysis, it is really very complicated. It's not the best choice for starting. If it is not so powerful like technical analysis, and fundamental analysis can be good for you if you are long-term investor. If you open positions during and hold them during years, yes, for you it's better to focus on fundamental analysis and use it for just understanding when to buy and in which direction to buy. If we talk about even long-term trading, technical analysis looks much better because it can provide you just the direction like fundamental analysis, but also it can provide you the levels for opening trades, for placing your targets, for placing your stops, and so on. So I would like to focus, I advise you to focus and to start learning technical analysis, and you can use it just as it is, only technical analysis. In the future, if you want to learn fundamental analysis, you can add this knowledge to your technical part. But again, don't forget, fundamental analysis. For stock market, you need to just learn one part of theory. For Forex, you need to learn another part of theory about technical analysis. And if we talk about stock trading, fundamental analysis looks more simple. If we talk about Forex and fundamental analysis, it looks more complicated because there are a lot of events which must be analyzed in the right way. And if you make wrong analysis based on this data, and your whole analysis can be wrong. And just the question of how you interpret this information correctly. And for this you will need deep knowledge and good experience. From Piotr, Bitcoin, old technology, XRP, Libra, big money behind it. Other project will overpace Bitcoin. Bitcoin is losing slowly the market capitalization, dominance. We will see. We will see, Dmitry, how it be in the future. Okay, but don't forget, Piotr, that Bitcoin, like crypto, it is new market. It is very small market. For the traditional world, there is Bitcoin and nothing more. Bitcoin, it is the oldest coin, the first coin. It has a good reputation. It has history. It has solid reputation. It has traders' trust in Bitcoin. It is, let's say, it is official crypto coin. If we talk about Bitcoin, like a coin which have futures at least. And all opportunities for institutional traders will be provided for Bitcoin trading. Other markets are no name. Other markets are small. You think about Bitcoin and you think about other markets, let me guess, like for you they are okay for trading, but just imagine, what if you have 10 billions of dollars I don't know, 100 billions of dollars. If you have a lot of money, how you can trade in low capitalization coins, in just coins even like Ripple, even like maybe Libra will be good enough. But what about reputation? When you invest big money, you would like to invest in solid market. You would like to invest without additional risk, and shitcoins provide you additional risk, a lot of additional risk. There is you can find strong reputation behind them, and you can't find just you can find deep markets for trading. If we talk about altcoins and shitcoins, from all these points of view, Bitcoin is the best market for trading. If we talk about big money and big players, so yes, capitalization can fall, but it's still too big, and Bitcoin takes the first place. Why not? Why not to stay with the same status for a long time? I have no other reasons just to think about other altcoins which can move closer to Bitcoin status. Maybe Ethereum, maybe. I think you. Bottom indicator MACD. Your video feed is covering the MACD at the bottom on your screen. If we talk about MACD, yes, okay. I hope I explained MACD. I understand, bottom indicator, MACD, okay. MACD, it can be used also like a trend indicator, and you can open signals, trades based on the position of lines. For example, if we have here the situation when one line of MACD crosses another line of MACD, it means you get buy signals. Here you have the sell signal because fast blue line, fast MACD crosses slow orange line of MACD. So it is a bearish signal. So you can use these crosses for trading. But the same signals you can get from just original moving averages, but they're not so reliable and they're not so cool. And this indicator is better to use in combination with it's better to use like indicator in combination with trend following indicators like MACD, like moving averages. And the reason is just in order to open trades in the right direction, following the main trend. Like here we have the buy signal from MACD lines, and we have the uptrend and buy opportunities based on moving averages, the original trend following indicators. And yes, in this case it is, I should say, it is good example. If you scroll back, you will see other signals where lines will provide you not so profitable signals and interesting signals. Here also you could get good signal, possible signal, but it's better if we use MACD in combination with trend following indicators. It's better to use MACD histogram because it is faster. And in this case, we can use MACD histogram as oscillator. But at the same time, you can use, instead of MACD, you can use RSI, you can use stochastic, or you can use RSI and stochastic, or you can use stochastic and MACD combination. Two oscillators, one trend following indicator. If we talk about trend, for trend direction, it's enough to use one indicator, because if we have trend, you will see it just using simple moving averages, just simple tool like moving averages. If you don't have a trend market conditions, you can use 10 trend following indicators. They will give you different signals. You will you will be upset, you will understand nothing, and still you won't be able to find the right direction. So just the question, for which purpose you would like to use MACD? For momentum, probably MACD lines can be used for momentum, but also you can use moving averages too for momentum trading. If we talk about, I have no position in crypto now. Piotr, I have no position in crypto now. Traditional markets, DAX, S&P 500, Forex, penny stocks are my trading options. It's cool. It's cool. It's really cool. Piotr, you have really good diversification. If you trade using index, if you trade using Forex pairs, penny stocks, you have a really cool portfolio, and you have really good diversification, and it's cool. So follow the same way. Nice and for stream. Thank you very much. Stream. BTC is like Apple, Google, Facebook, or like Commodore, Alta Vista, MySpace. I think Bitcoin, mainly Bitcoin, because again, Bitcoin has the unique status because it is the first market, and that's why it has special status from this point of view, and it has positive. It has a bright future, and based on it, I would like to compare Bitcoin more with Apple, Google, Facebook, solid and strong companies which also had positive and bright future in their times. So from this point of view, I would like to say that yes, Bitcoin is not far from Apple, Google, and Facebook than from MySpace. Even I use MySpace. I guess I replied all your questions, and I guess it's time to say goodbye because I took too much your time. Thank you very much for spending 2 hours with me. I don't know, maybe you don't know. I like to talk a lot, especially about markets, and I like to reply questions. If you have questions about trading, you just can write them in Telegram channels, which we have if you are our member. If you are not our member, it's time to join because we have free offer with premium stuff. And during Wednesday, there will be a new stream about trading where I will provide you replies on your question about trading, not about market, just about trading, investing, money management, and so on. It will be in the stream like Ask Me Anything. If you don't have question, I will skip this stream for the next week. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for interesting question, and thank you very much for sharing your opinions. Also, if you have something, come to. Oh, I like beer from Germany. Yes. Thanks for inviting. One day, why not? Thank you very much for your time. And if you want to say something, if you want to leave a comment, if you want to change something in our streams, you can write and comment. I will be very grateful if you leave your comments. If you click like, if you subscribe to our channel, it will be a good motivation to work more and more in this direction too. Thank you very much. I hope you get some ideas about crypto markets and how to get possible trading opportunities and where to get them and how to avoid mistakes. If you have any question, don't forget to write. You can also write them below this video. I will be glad to provide you more details. Have a nice week, have a profitable week, and see you soon on our channel and in our Telegram channels. Bye bye.